Your frequency is only as high as your addictions. That is a general statement to explain something that has quite a few different aspects to it. Your personal field, it has a speed, and it vibrates in a certain range. And what happens is that at the lower or denser range, we don't mean bad or wrong, we just mean the frequencies that haven't purified yet and that are still caught up more in matter and perhaps are weighing you down as well. The distance between where that setting is and the setting of your highest speed, where you have ease and refinement and somewhat a matter of control and perfection, that distance can get very wide. And for a human being who has purified and is really materializing their purity, we want those 2 points to actually come together and cancel each other out. They go into a center point and they actually then open up a new reality after they cancel out. In fact, even more specifically, if you imagine an infinity symbol or a double toroidal shape, at the denser range of your personal field, that's where your addictions lie. And they are going one way in a spiral. And then what happens is, as you purify, they start to go into reverse polarity and they start to move towards that central point, which is in the middle of the speeds between the bottom and the top. And then as you move ahead in your material range and you start to materialize a new upgraded physical body, what happens is the bit of you on the upper range that is pulling you forward starts to bring that center point into a type of collapse where the reverse polarity ends of the denser frequency that's come into the center, and there is everything flips over and then transmutes into a full physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual materialization of your whole personal field minus that addiction frequency that was on that tailwind. And your whole personal field moves, if you like, on a scale from here to here. And perhaps whereas it was longer, or there was more distance and more strain between the bottom and the top, it starts to press, compress, and then move into communication and collapse. And then it reflowers, just like going through a black hole in space. And actually, a black hole is a white hole. But science hasn't discovered this yet, because we can only detect certain ranges at the moment in the gravitational force field of our celestial skies. We tend to experience these things and witness and experiment in relation to seeing them more as a black hole, but it's actually a white hole. The white is in the black and the black is in the white. And this is also the origin of some of the philosophy behind the Taoist yin-yang symbol as well, of course, although that is caught up with a lot of other things as well that have become very political and economic, social and cultural. So that's the first thing to say about your frequency is only as high as your densest frequency. It's because you always have a lower range as well as a higher range in terms of speed, and you have to attend to that bottom range. But also it does mean that your frequency, if you are purifying, is able to move quickly between that upper and lower range all the time. And in fact, that you have the power to overcome those denser frequencies that you may feel are holding you back.